Good morning. I'm on my porch here. Here is Ozzy. Ozzy, are you camera shy? You can't. Ozzy, show your beautiful universal eye. The little Milky Way. Huh? Going on in the body. Says, I'm hungry. Feed me. In a bit. Look at this mess they made last night. Was that you? Huh? Did you get bored? And then here's little Larry. Hi, little Larry. You gonna be noisy during our morning prayer? Huh? How about you going down there? Look how beautiful he is. All right. He had something to say. We're not sure how old he is. I think he was 3 or 4 years old when we got him here. We call him Little Larry because his owner's name is Larry. It was his. And then he left him here with us. It's got to go on at least 4 years. So he's got a good age on his back. And he's the littlest one here. Always is the littlest one here. Oh, I found him stuck down there by the pond. Another rooster had literally just pressed him into the muck. Had to go down there and dig him out. That was a couple of years ago. And he's learned. That's why he's over here, right? Yeah. But we took care of some of our roosters now, so... Yeah, chicken and dumplings kind of thing for the coyotes. Because the hens, after they grow up, the babies grow up, some of them just, are roosters. And you got about 10 roosters, the hens suffer under that. So we have about 4 left now. 4 or 5. 4, maybe. That's a good number around here. Madison, what's it doing? You want to come up? Come on. Well, I can't. That's not a good place to reach you. Okay. Whoops. All right. Gus says, can I come up? You're too big. You're too big. Can't. Oh, he's gone. Just took off. So, the last couple days, well, I was making videos, but I wasn't sharing them. I wasn't talking too much to other people. I had other things to do. So I thought... And then I suddenly noticed, man, physically I suddenly I'm not doing so good. Or what is it? I kind of felt like a cold, but it wasn't a cold. I was coughing a little more, but couldn't quite figure out why. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, right? All these kind of different things. And I'm going, man, oh, yeah. It's like... When we have a job, hi guys, they're all back now. When you have a job, you got to show up on time. You got to be there unless you have a really good reason, right? And then you'll get the pass, but if you don't, then you're probably not going to keep your job, right? Yeah. Well, this is the same thing with spiritual work. Nothing different there, right? And so encourage everyone. Every day, have that give and take with heaven. Every day, have that give and take in one form or another. Right? Whatever, right? Talent, gifts, challenges, the job by heaven, by our parent, by our heavenly parent is given to you. You do. Every day. Right? It's like when you drive a car. You have to be, I taught my children, I said, do not depend on anyone else out there on the road with you. You're the one who pays attention 100% when you drive a car. Number one, that is respect for everyone else out there driving as well, knowing how devastating an accident on the road can be. And the other thing is you have respect for your own self as well. You protect yourself as well, right? To make it from point A to point B without incident. Yes? If everyone were to do that, actually, right? Your cell phone's not more important than a life out there that you're risking by messing around with your cell phone. Or even or eating in the car, or certain other things you should just should not do. Right? Well, anyway, things happen. Yes, things happen. Not going to say more of that. Let's get started with our prayer. We're in resurrection. Hi, Ozzy. When one looks at him at first, you see that eye, and you're going, oh my gosh, what is that? And is there something wrong? There's nothing wrong with this eye. He has no scars around the eye that would show that it got damaged. I think he was born with it. And it's a beautiful eye. It's got like the Milky Way going in there. It's just, it doesn't have an iris. It does not have a pupil. Yeah. It's just this gorgeous, beautiful, universal eye. Universe eye. You got the cosmos in your eye? Huh? We should have called you Cosmos. Cosmo? Ozzy. Quasimodo. Ozzy. 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 Yeah, it's kind of giving me this look like, I think you're talking to me, but are you sure? Oh, here's Jake. Oh, one of them gets the pats. Everyone wants the pats. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, okay. All right, let's get to the prayer, guys. Can we get to the prayer? Oh, okay, thank you. I needed a little smears on here. Huh? Yeah, right now, get hungry. You have to wait, too. Oh, my gosh. All right, come on. I don't know if you want to get up or not. Okay. Please let us cut off our relationship with the realm of Satan and find our original parents. So how did I start this out with? Every day have that give and take. Every day. Okay? Your most important thing is not your job out there in the physical world. Your most important thing is not what you're going to have on the table every day to eat or to drink. Your most important job is not even being a parent to your children or a spouse to your husband or wife. Your most important job every day is have some give and take with your heavenly parent. Every day. Something to further your heart to mind. Something to feed your spiritual body. Okay? Yes, can that be done by, getting in the car? Father, please keep everyone, including myself, safe on the road while I'm on the road. Right there. That's a give and take. That's a give and take spirit world can work with. Yes, see? And then you have to do your job. Jesus, take the wheel. Nice song. That's a nice song. Yes? Yeah. Now again, who are we giving the responsibility for our lives to? Oh. And think we don't have to? Oh. You set that foundation where you have that give and take every day with heaven and spirit world. And then guess what? You're doing your job. You're doing your job. Not someone else doing your job for you. And then you want to feel good about it. And you want all the goodies and the glories and then I don't know what. Or things not going bad in your life. No, you are taking the wheel. You are taking the wheel. In a responsible manner. Every day. Even if it's just a little bit. Yes? Send your children off with a prayer. Guys, come on, let's huddle. Right? I like in one show I saw when they would huddle, say campfire. Yeah. How about every morning before the children rush off to school, this and that. I don't know. Campfire. Just for, even if it's a few seconds. Huddle. All right, have a wonderful day out there. God bless you. Let's take protection. I'll send protection. Angels with you. Do great. And you be a good example as a child out there. Be a good example as an adult out there. According to the laws of heaven. Not the laws of humans. The laws of heaven. Anyway. Okay. Father, because we are those who were born from evil, we must be born again to goodness. Takes practice, people. Takes practice. This destiny of having to be born twice is a very miserable one. Whew. Isn't living as a stepchild very regrettable, even in the world? Even in the world? Well, oh my gosh. Well, there you go. We are not at the level of stepchildren. Since we were born as the children of the enemy, we must find our original parents. But that path is never a smooth one. Therefore, we were receiving countless attacks from the spears, swords, and arrows of Satan. But we will have, and those are not things to overcome per se. Oh, this is being given. What does True Father say? They're from Satan, not from God. God will never hurt you. God will not throw things at you. Oh, he will never give me more than I can handle, huh? Which parent, good parent, in this world with their children, on purpose to see how they'll do, would hurt them, try to hurt them or this or that? You see? We have to be very clear about that, where those arrows, those trials, those I don't know what, that are hurting us, that are depriving us, that are making us detrimental, this and that, I don't know what, depressed, anxiety, I don't know who, what, blah, blah, blah. We need to be very clear where that comes from. Oh, so is it Satan now, the Lucifer, the archangel? Well, Lucifer is restoring. The archangel Lucifer is restoring. True parents have already seen to that. So there isn't anything extra coming from there. What we're dealing with still here is the consequences from thousands of years of abuse. Okay? When it comes to all these realms, to the 10 Commandments. Right? Yeah. Right, guys? And so I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not a part of that. Exactly. They're not a part of that. Isn't that amazing? They are not. They're not. Satan could never change things in nature himself. Human beings can do a lot of damage, but if you leave it alone, it just goes right back to normal in many ways. Right? Ozzy was abused. Ozzy was abandoned. And when we found him, he was in pretty bad shape. Now he's on the mend again. Took very little time to get him back on the mend. But we will have to cut the ties that are binding our bodies and go forth. We will have to collide with those who are binding us and cut them off with our mouths. Cut them off with our mouths, or cut them off with our strength. We know that in order to do that, we will have to go through the miserable course of history where we will not be able to help shedding blood. I know that some people look at that as shedding blood as we are going to do the shedding of the blood. Yeah. I don't think that's not what True Father says here. And that's not True Father's life. True Father's life was never about him shedding blood. It was always others trying to shed his. You see, there's a difference there. So one can, again, it just depends on how you want to read this. If you do not know the person, if you have not made a connection to the person of the prayer, giving the prayer, then you will take this the wrong way. I know True Father. True Father's not talking about shedding someone else's blood. He's talking about our blood will be shed. How great your sorrow must be over having sons and daughters like us, when you cannot advise us, even as you watch this. We must come to know that your heart is like that. We must become sons and daughters who know how to experience your situation. The heart of a parent whose pathetic breast is constricting at a point which cannot be expressed. When his son who committed sin is dragged away by the court and stands on the gallows, we must know how to feel your pitiful heart as you watched your sons and daughters who were born with the central value of the universe and who could not be represented by anything else be dragged away by the touch of the enemy, and your heart as you have gone forward silently hoping for a time of hope. Right there. What I just said about before, about shedding blood, we will have to shed blood right there. Yes? We're not going to be dragging anyone away. We will be dragged away. You see? Yes. We have to be clear about that. Just because you want to, you do not get to change the laws of heaven. It doesn't matter. It's not going to happen. They are unchanging, as is God's love. They're unchanging. There's no getting around it. Do not get to do that just because it fits your own agenda better. We bow down before your anxious heart, before your mind, which is hoping for sons of hope like that. And we are thinking about you, our wretched father who has been struggling in order to find his lost sons and daughters. Even if it will take billions and trillions of years, when we think that even when that wretchedness unfolded in reality in the course of history, and even while in such a position you have not been able to receive pity, we realize that we deserve to be cursed over and over again. It's amazing on how true Father says, in billions and trillions of years, you will keep trying. And yet there are people out there every few years, right? Doomsday is coming again. Okay. Right? What do you think? Doomsday. Oh, like God would initiate it, right? Yes? What do you think about doomsday? Right, we should have that conversation like we did with the other one, huh? Doomsday? You think doomsday is inevitable? Huh? It's dumb. I'm hungry. Let me have some food. All right, I'm coming. What's the matter? Whoa. All right, you have to wait. Shh. Come here. He says, I can't come there. The puppy always gets in the way. Hang on, I'm almost done. But we know that you have endured all that and forgiven us. Because if you curse us, you would be in the position of cursing your own children. We must follow this example of forgiveness and patience which you have given us, Father. I've been seeing some things on where suddenly the child is, again, due to the agenda of adults, suddenly being put in a position where they get to choose. They make the decisions, right? Well, how wrong is that? And where has it gotten so many, right? Now, as a parent, when you see certain things going on in your children, you're the one who has to guide them. You're the one who has to make the decisions, right? The proper decisions according, again, to purpose of life and the laws of heaven. You can't get around that. If you care about your child, you will do that. And not suddenly go, well, okay, I can't, there's so many people out there now, I can't deal with this, and I can't deal with that, and I can't, blah, 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 and da. Oh my gosh, dear me. Ooh, what wimps? Women and men. Huh? Doggone wimps. Stop. What did true Father say? Guys, go check what's going on over there. Oh, they're watching. Like I am watching. Huh? What did he say? And cut them off with our mouths, or cut them off with our strength. How do you gain strength? Well, have some give and take. With some good common sense knowledge. With some good common sense when it comes to everything and anything. If that's not, it has to be. That's it. If it's not connected to God, to spirit world, heaven, guess what? It will never be a good common sense. Anyway, Daniela. Oh, my pulpit is right here. What do you think, Ozzy? I said, yeah, okay. Get going so we can eat. We know that the person who seeks heaven in circumstances more pitiful than anyone else on earth remains in history. Oh, wow, let me think. Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. There's a coyote out there. Well, yeah, you guys go. I've been thinking about it, but it took you long enough to get out there. I think there's a coyote out there trying to get at one of our chickens. There are 5 dogs here. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Ozzy ain't going up there. He says, not going to make friends with coyotes. Oh, no, there he is. Oh. Starting to follow Bo too. Interesting pack. And indeed, the people who know this way and who are going this way are people to be pitied. They are lonely orphans of the world. They are people who are in a situation they cannot complain about to anyone. Even if they had a nation, they could not believe that nation. And even if they had the world, they could not have hope in that world. In that way, everywhere they went, they could find you, only if they stood in a position of being struck by the spears, arrows, and swords of the enemy. We know that our being able to form a deep artistic relationship with you in this way is a tragic reality that we alone are able to have. Now, again here, sometimes, oh, my life's not, what, that's all good, this, that, right? The one thing that hurts people more than anything is gossip. Got to get away from gossip. If you haven't been there, if you do not know, if you have not seen it, if you are not 100% sure about what someone else tells you about someone else, and feel your lips and don't say anything else. Because you're not worth it. What if you're wrong? Yeah. Because we never know. Gossip, you never know what the intentions or the purposes of the person actually telling you something about another person. You see? Yeah. We have to be very careful there. So there is that one. Then the other one too is our physical state of being. Not everyone is born with the perfect body now, are they? So that's one way to be upset over things, or just get into things that then it's difficult to get out of because it's not really helping our physical body, but like medication, this and that. We just offer it up. That's the fastest way to get out of it. You offer it up. You offer it up. I can't believe how many mental health issues people are having out there. Get over it, okay? Just get over yourself. I'm serious. Not going to see or watch one more thing. Well, you don't understand. No, I don't. I don't understand that victimology or that victim mentality because, I had down days. I had this and that. But that never ruled my life. Ever. And if one hangs on to things like that for too long, all it does is now suddenly you have an excuse to do something, to be someone that is going against the laws of heaven. It's as simple as that. From that kind of position, as sons and daughters who inherit your indignant heart, See, I can't say it right now. We will have to be able to call you Father, sincerely while in your presence. Therefore, we know that we cannot go your way without shedding blood. If that is for anything, if you cannot do something with a sincere heart, anything, then it's better you don't do it. Because the lie, the give and take that you have in a relationship, in an action, this and that, it just keeps building up and up and up and up. You see? Yeah. And then suddenly, nothing you do or say anymore is sincere. So it is better sometimes to not do something, even though it is expected, if it isn't sincere. If sincerity isn't there. It's better not to do something than to do it with an ungrateful, with a I must, I have to, and lying heart. Yeah. That's important. People want truth. Well, start with yourself and be sincere and truthful with yourself. And then you start. There's many different ways of getting out of a deep hole. If you put your heart to mind to it, and you start to put your creativity at work on how to get out of a hole. All right. Therefore, thinking of the history of the blood shed by Abel, what blood was shed by Abel? Did he shed someone's blood? Who shed his blood? It wasn't Abel, was it? We must become a fortress, surrounded by walls of blood for the sake of our Father, and we must prepare a foundation of eternal rest, a citadel that can receive your sympathy. Again, so we must surround ourselves with walls of blood. Again, it should never be someone else's blood that we require for safety. It should always be, well, here we are. Basically, you keep that strength. What strength is True Father really talking about? The strength of heaven. People can't see it. You can't touch it. You have to build that. You built that wall by that strength, by faith. And if it means that you are going to be one of the people that has to shed their own blood for someone else, for that wall, to become stronger by not abandoning the laws of heaven, by sticking to the laws of heaven. Like so many Christians out there who are killed by Islamic extremist groups, have to kneel down, have them kneel down. They're praying. They're not fighting back, and they're being shot in the head. That's the blood here that True Father's talking about. That's that wall. Call them martyrs. I don't call them martyrs. They're heroes. They're heroes in keeping the laws of heaven. It's difficult to understand, isn't it? As I said, one can take anything from the Bible, from the divine principle, from any religion, and turn it around, into something just awful, bloodthirsty, heinous. Who the heck in the right mind goes and blows themselves up to kill I don't know how many people because of religion, and then think they're going to have I don't know how many virgins available to them somewhere in their own perverted heaven? Come on now. Think. How does that make sense? Thank you. And please. All right. And please allow us to become heaven's true children who are able to eternally defend and comfort your misery, Father. We humbly prayed all these things in the name of the true parents, Jesus, everyone else out there. Amen. Adieu. Amen. December 7th. Woo! Hey, 1969. I was almost 5 years old. 5 years old. Beautiful prayer. So here's another thing too. I wonder how in the gutter, young boys, well, they're very impressionable. In their teenage years, young boys in a religion are already so perverted where they have no heart to mind anymore, and all they think is with what? Huh? Because of the promise of what? If they do what? Huh? In extremist Islamic religion. And then, the other thing of that, I'm not getting it on why a 60-year-old man wants to be married to a 9-year-old girl. You are sick and perverted. Your religion is sick and perverted. You're a pervert. You're a pedophile, a child molester. That is what you advertise with your religion. How about having more than one wife? Oh, not sure if that's still going on now. Within a community in Utah. Maybe it is, maybe it is. How perverted are you as a man? How perverted are you as a man to use religion and God for you to have 10 wives? Oh, if you can afford them, 5 of them. You are a sick and perverted man using God and your religion to do what? Make sure you have enough exercise. You are sick and perverted. That is the bottom line. What did I just do? I used my mouth. And I used my strength of belief and knowledge of the laws of heaven. Oh, but the women, okay. Women are designed to want, they have a desire to be taken care of by a man. They have a desire. They have this desire. And I think that our little Christmas family of Joseph, Mary, and baby Jesus very much tells us about that. On how Joseph took care of Mary and the baby in his best possible way. You got to remember, Jesus survived. Through all the dangers, that Mary, when she was pregnant, went through. Having a journey like that just before you give birth, hello! Then, as soon as the baby is born, what if Joseph would have just, I'm not going to have that spiritual give and take. That's not for me, and da. But he did. He listened to the angel when he came to him and said, you got to move. You got to get that baby and your wife out of there. Oh, that was probably just a few days after. Here's Mary still recuperating here. She's got to get back on that donkey. You see? Arduous, dangerous journey. Not just because of other people, but physically for the woman. Joseph took good care of her and the baby Jesus. Joseph was a great man. He was a good husband. He was a good father. Doesn't matter what anyone else has to say out there. He did a good job. Yes. All right. In order to do a really good job, as a man, to your wife and your children, you can't have another wife and children out there. Huh? Mistress, extra girlfriends, listen, you can't do that. Then your attention on raising a family to the best of your abilities is divided and will never be sufficient. You got that? Yes? All right. Now, let's change some ways. Let's make some waves and change some ways. We can do it every day. But we have to do it every day. Right? Yes? It's time for the barn. It's time to feed the critters. Oh, they've all gone. They all left. Oh, one of them is over there. Isn't it wonderful? Oh, they were all ready to eat. Had a little this and that going on to begin with. Now they're all out there going, she's busy. I have no doubt Spirit World's keeping them busy right now, so I can finish up this very, very, very important give and take, not just with heaven, not just with my heavenly parent, not just with Good Spirit World, but also with all of you in the physical. Yes? Oh my gosh, it's a beautiful day again. It's nice and warm too. I won't have to make a fire today. God's love and blessings always. Now, we'll talk to y'all another time. I'm fire enough right now.